Hello, 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 and welcome to today's edition of the Cheap Pop Podcast, brought to you by First GenXers Presents. And I tell you, man, we are in for a hot one this week.
Mm-hmm.
There's been a lot going on. We didn't get a chance to talk about WrestleMania Night 2 last week because, other than predictions, because we went on before. So we're going to get to night 2 tonight, and then we're also going to get to Raw and SmackDown. But first, we're going to kick it off over there on Disney Plus. Y'all know that's right. That's right. We're going to kick it off with a little Daredevil season 2 while they're off shooting season 3 on us. An episode titled Requiem. Gentlemen, this episode had a lot of key moments to it. A lot of key moments, including the introduction of an old face in a new place. Well, not so new place. Um, and you know what? We'll start there. Uh, Throughout this episode, a lot of kind of weird things happen, but this to me was one of the cutest and weirdest all at the
Oh,
same time as we are
and
introduced
fun. Yeah.
to Jessica Jones into the
Welcome
Daredevil
back,
universe again.
Jess. Oh,
As
and
yeah, go on, Dave.
yeah, can we talk about how cute Danielle was, Jessica's
Yes,
baby with Luke?
yes.
Yeah, absolutely adorable. As
Uh,
the task force tries to take Jess down to bring her in, and they toss a flashbang into her house. And
mm-hmm.
Danielle just kind of picks it up. It's just beeping, and she's like, "Ooh, doo, doo, doo," and just waving around, playing like it's a magic wand, running around. Meanwhile, Jess is outside throwing bodies around. You're seeing task force members attack
Whee!
the wall, yeah, everything like that. And then Jess comes in and safely disarms the flashbang, and it's yeah, it
Well,
got it ratchets things up a notch,
yes,
and also fantastic reintroduction of Jessica. We see where
right.
she's at now. Um, we see that she's still the same,
Mm-hmm.
and I love how she is now the intel gatherer for the resistance. As when she
Yes.
goes back to meet with Matt to sign up, um, she talks about she investigated a lot of what's been going on and fills him
Mm-hmm.
in, even giving him some stuff that she got involving U.S. intelligence services and their connections with Fisk.
100%. Now, Saint, before you go, I'll talk about this one little thing before you give your thoughts on that segment, on the baby, on the segment with the baby. I was telling Rune Squire off air about how, to me, one of the most amazing things about the way it was shot, and I'm not a executive producer, I'm not a producer, I'm not a videographer, I don't know any of this stuff, but to me, the way it was shot gave Easter eggs to some people and meant things to some people but did not to the others, because they're in the beginning of the segment with it. They focus solely on the child. The child is the primary thing. Even when they kind of tilt up to show that an adult is there, they make sure not to bring the camera anywhere up above here. And so for those in the know, they were fully aware from minute one that it was Jessica Jones. But for those of us who may not be in the know, it was a great way to introduce her by keeping her off screen all the way until that last second when she comes in to take the flashbang away from that baby and defuse it. Uh, and it, to me, that's part of what made it such an amazing introduction. It's not just how cool they made her look, but just how they chose to leave you kind of wondering, like, what the hell is going on, right until she walks in the door and you see her face, and it's like, yeah, now it all makes sense.
Yeah.
But Saint, your thoughts on that scene and how you felt about it.
Oh, the scene was excellent. I mean, let's face it, just like you pretty much said it, that the whole scene was focused basically on the child with banging this flashbang and but
Right.
absolutely has no fear of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we want to know. We just want to know: is this Luke Cage's? Is this Luke Cage's daughter?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. All right. So we also had the return of, and this is what we all predicted. And at the end of the last episode, at the beginning of this episode, Vanessa has now passed away. And so we have the return of the kingpin. Mayor Fisk is now slowly but surely, and by the end of this episode, fully becomes the kingpin in all his glory once again, with the white tux and the whole shebang. Not tux, but the white suit. Yeah. And so it was a great transformation to watch. Like we all kind of saw it coming. But Saint, kick us off with your thoughts on this particular this particular progression with the character.
Okay, well, let me just say this. There's a lot of focus. There was just a lot of focus going back and forth, dealing, just him grieving in a sense, and him, coming to terms with it, but not coming to terms with it quite. You know what I'm saying? It's like he's there, but he's not there. But he knows
he kills the doctor.
Yeah. That's kind of fucked up too. But
that was extremely.
But I feel he should have known that was coming. But I just tend to think that the whole story, because I was glued to the entire episode and exactly where it was going, and just leading up to all of these moments.
Right.
And the good fight, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was
before we get to the fight though, why should the doctor have known better? Because as far as the doctor is concerned, this is Mayor Wilson Fisk, the guy that saved New York, philanthropist, businessman. He's trying to be, do his doctoral duties and, console a grieving husband.
And look what it got him.
Yeah.
And look what it got him. A most gruesome death you can think of, being hugged by a big man.
Oh.
Just hugged way too hard.
Yep.
Like a rabbit in the arms of, what was his name from Of Mice and Men?
Lenny.
Yeah, that dude. Lenny, yeah. Like
forget the bunny rabbit.
Don't get me wrong. Like I understand what it was supposed to represent.
Right.
And I love Buck's
Buck's
friggin' like reaction, like, all right, well, clean this shit up.
I got cleaned up. Damn it, I just got rid of 2 bodies.
But at the end of the day, like the funeral, it was all moments. And then when he lost the government, the governor's total backing, is when he completed kind of his turn into and what I think will eventually end up with Kingpin going to jail and no longer being mayor, probably by the end of this season.
Yeah. It's pretty much almost a given that Fisk and Matt are going to be going to jail together at the end of this season.
At the end of the season. All right. Yeah. All right. Well, we got 2 more episodes to find out.
Yeah.
What else?
And the protest in front of City Hall.
Okay. Yeah. No, we're gonna get to that real quick. There was one more subject before that. The conflict between Matt and Karen over Bullseye was a truly kind of pivotal moment, because she was ready to kill his ass. Yeah. And rightfully so.
Yep.
He took one of her best friends. Saint, give us your thoughts on the struggle between Matt Murdock and Karen
Page.
Over.
Oh, that was a
Karen
great
Page over,
yeah.
That was a great moment, because there was a real true moral dilemma on what is truly right and what's truly wrong. And that little bit of gray area was really, was
Is it
really
really
right
murder if you're
there.
killing a murderer?
Yep. It gets down to, we are so used to in comic books, heroes not killing anymore. I mean, when you look at the original Batman stories, Bruce Wayne was gunning down criminals with machine guns, with actual guns. And it's like, I hate to take a life, but oh well.
I will say this.
Yeah.
I enjoy the duality of superheroes in regards to death.
Right.
Because in one right, you have the power to stop bad people from being bad people by ending their life.
Yeah.
But on the other side of that, who are you to be the one to decide whether or not they live or die? There's a duality to it. Because and I think that's what people like Matt Murdock struggle with, is, do I have the power to take this person's life and end this for good? Yes, I do. But do I have that authority, that agency to do so?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was
totally
kind of a center point to the Karen Matt kind of debate there.
And it gets into Matt's extreme Catholicism guilt and, you know, his upbringing, and Karen realizing that you don't let a mad dog run loose in your community. You have to put it down. Sometimes there are people that have to be killed. And, you know,
that's, as they stated, that's the Punisher style of thinking.
Right. But, well, the Punisher is just completely, we'll get into that later, but it's just like, that's Steve Ditko, Mr. A, objectivist point of view. It's like, well, you did bad, so you have to die. It's like,
everybody's doing bad, gotta die.
Yep.
What's hilarious to me, though, is I've never understood this, and this is just a small side tangent that will go off for a quick minute. The thought process behind, I need to kill to wipe the blood out of my ledger. But you're adding more blood to your ledger as you're trying to. I don't understand that dual sideness to it, where I can only redeem myself by taking more lives. Like, even if the lives are bad guys, like, how do you reach redemption by taking life?
It depends on your
only superhero who does that.
It depends on your definition
Punisher
of redemption.
No, I'm just saying the Punisher is not the only one that does it. Like, there are multiple
Punisher, Red Hood,
comic book characters built around this premise.
Yeah. All right, Red Hood, Moon Knight. There's so many in there that do it, and it all comes down to, you know, what redemption is, and you know, you've got, then there's two kinds of superheroes being forced to kill.
Yeah.
Okay. Superman does kill Zod, Ursula, and Non in the comics by exposing them to kryptonite.
Okay.
Because that's the only way he can take them out. As opposed to Zack Snyder with Superman killing Zod just for the shock factor.
And
he wanted the shock factor from the audience going,
Superman killed.
Yeah. But then Captain America is unaliving Nazis on the regular, and it's like, you know,
like, but and that's the thing with it is like, I think that's an eternal question. We're not going to answer it here. There's no way for us to answer it here, but that's an eternal question of superheroism. Is like, who are you to decide that this person dies, and are your reasons good enough? You know, and so, but anyway. moving forward to the final
The
part
legacy of the
Dave
Comics Code Authority.
yes. I want to say, but what Dave brought up a little bit earlier, and we can talk about now, is the riot at City Hall as New York begins to turn on Mayor Fisk, and it was insane how the parallels like to other things is just amazing. Like for me, the most shocking scene in that entire sequence is when the dude gets the phone call when
Doyle
Doyle gets the phone call and he goes, "Yeah, kid, I know all about it," but and just offs the kid, and then he's like, "Oh my God, they killed him! Get ready!" And he's like,
"Yeah, weapons free."
Did he really just do that? Did they really just do that?
Yep. You know, it's like the same situation with Andor. It's not that Daredevil predicted this stuff in real life. It's just the writers for Born Again and Andor both understood fascism and authoritarianism and how these systems work. And they just projected those into the lenses of Star Wars universe and the Marvel comic universe. And
all right, Saint. Hold on one second, Dave. All right, Saint, go on and give the shout outs. We got some people dropping in.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. In the building, we have the one and only Be More Humble representing Baltimore, Maryland. She's also one of the admins for BGU Squad Up. And then we have the one and only Top Notch 615, Uncle T in the building, representing the great state of Tennessee. What's going on? How y'all doing? What's up? Hey.
All right.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
For sure, 100%. I want to say, all right, Dave. Now we saw the buildup. We see the buildup. He takes the guy's life. Things basically go red.
Yeah.
And in the middle of all of this, we end up with Karen
getting knocked down and being held at gunpoint by Doyle. But before that, what gets the crowd riled up is on City Hall, on two separate giant projectors onto using City Hall as a giant screen. We've got the testimony of those that were imprisoned at the Red Hook facility. Their testimonies on video, and that's what starts setting the crowd off and leads to the Fisk administration giving the orders to, push the crowd back no matter what it takes. And people who die, they die. And
that's just insane. I love the scene and how it was shot of Fisk standing at the window looking down, like,
and hearing people, just the people who were cheering him, like literally one day before, having turned against him. And it gets just all into every single one of his psychoses of persecution, of people not understanding what he's trying to do. And
it doesn't help that Vanessa is not here to balance him.
Exactly.
And Saint, your thoughts on the riot at City Hall and the role it's going to play moving forward.
Well, I will say this. Once we take a look at where this ends and going off into the Punisher One Last Kill, and I think it may conclude somewhere during the Spider-Man movie. But honestly, the riot, it was like I guess it was kind of a necessary evil in a sense because you kind of found out,
You guys
what was
show that,
really,
yeah, the common people
yeah,
have a boiling point,
yeah,
and situation is well beyond that right now.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, for me, it's like have at it, but
Yeah.
damn, it was good, and we already know that. Of course, dude was gonna find out, so of course he was gonna get taken out. I mean,
Yeah. The task force
snitches
member
get
that
stitches, but
yeah,
damn, he
yeah.
kind of went out.
The task force member who gave Matt and Karen his pass card to get into the Red Hook facility, and they pretended that they beat him up and snatched his pass card, and Doyle knew. Doyle knew, and he was just waiting for the moment, and the moment arrived, and so, yep, kid, we need a catalyst.
Bam. Here's your nuclear bomb.
Yep.
They shot him. They killed Kenny.
They killed
anyway.
Fritz. They killed Fritz. You fairy bastards.
No,
If you remember Wizards.
He's got the perfect patsy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's string him right along. Oh, he got shot. Let's get him. Yeah.
But yeah, so episode 6 ends with Karen trying to help evacuate people, drag those who are wounded, get them out of there, and she gets knocked down, and Doyle comes across her, and Doyle's all like, well, Karen fucking Page.
Yep.
And he's got a gun on her, and that's where the episode ends. So
and immediately when the next episode ends, there should be a bullet.
Yep, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, oh, Frank has entered the chat.
We will see.
I'll see a broken up Bullseye. You drag his ass outside.
Or Bullseye.
Yeah.
Speaking of Bullseye, there's rumors. I don't know if this is just fan wishing or what, but the possibility of Bullseye joining the Thunderbolts. I don't know what the purpose of Thunderbolts is going to be moving forward after Doomsday. There's no second Thunderbolts movie in the works. There's no Thunderbolts show planned. But
I believe, but aren't they going to be a part of Avengers Secret Wars and the
they are. So we'll see. I admit that Bullseye would fit in perfectly with the Thunderbolts.
Yeah, I think so. I definitely think so.
Maybe.
Think about it like this: in the same way the Deadshot fit in with the Suicide Squad. Like, it's not necessarily the parallel stories, but he would fit in the same way.
Yeah, I just don't like the Fresh Assassin of Bel-Air, though. That was
to me, he was about one of the only good parts about the movie, but that's just me.
It's another thing where it's Will Smith cosplaying another character.
Yeah,
it's you're hiring Will Smith to be Will Smith in a costume, not Will Smith to play a character.
I.e. Independence Day.
Yeah,
the best
Welcome to Earth
are just themselves with a little spin, just like the best wrestlers are just themselves.
Yeah, but at the same time, we know Will Smith is one hell of an actor, even not just playing himself.
Or is he? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. I mean, look at the difference. Look at Batista.
Yeah.
He is one hell of an actor. He's been able to build on the fact that he's never really played his own personality. Yeah. He was able to study the craft of acting, and he's been able to just embrace in all sorts of different roles.
Well, okay, and I'll close this with this. I completely 100% agree with you. And let me say it like this. I've always said this, and I always will. The really elite wrestlers, as far as character and promo, will almost always make great actors.
Yeah.
because they already understand part of the process already in becoming another character and having to deliver lines as that character. Now you're just giving them a character on screen instead of a character in ring.
Right. Yeah.
So that's why people like The Rock, John Cena, the elite ones have gone on, Ric Flair, have gone on to become great, not necessarily thespian actors, but great actors. You know, they could play almost any type of role. So, but I'll close this right there, and we will jump into what I will call trailer day, and you'll see why.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
I like that little thing.
So, yeah. And so the first trailer up is that of, hold on, let me pull it up here. Let me, hold on. Oh, there it is. There you go. And we are going to do like this. Oh, wait a minute. Why is it not? There it is. Okay. Okay. And ta-da! You're saying, what are you saying ta-da about? I'm saying ta-da about that. That's right. Spider-Man Noir trailer. Gotta love it. Nicolas Cage showing us some of the villains he's going to be facing, some of the cool shit his stunt double's going to be doing.
Yep.
Because you can't tell me damn near 50-year-old Nicolas Cage out there doing that shit.
Sandman.
Yeah.
And no, that's not Electro. Oh, yeah.
No, that's Tombstone.
That's Tombstone.
Yeah.
And that is not Electro. That's Megawatt.
Megawatt. But wasn't that a Darkwing Duck character?
That was Megavolt. I was thinking the same thing. But no, apparently there is a Marvel Spider-Man character named Megawatt because Spider-Man didn't already have a legacy electrical villain.
Yeah.
All right.
We're also going to have, I don't know who's playing her, but we are going to have Black Cat, who in Spider-Man Noir is a nightclub singer. So, yeah, Felicia Hardy in one of those just poured into a cocktail dress.
Right.
Putting out yeah.
I don't know. I'm looking forward to this one because it's definitely going to be on a whole different and a whole different premise because, you know, I love the Spider-Man Noir. Especially when it came to the games. So, you know, this isn't Peter Parker. This one is Ben Reilly.
Right. Which I think that's actually going to be Peter Parker, but he's using the name Ben Reilly to hide from people who are hunting for Peter Parker.
No, from my understanding, this was supposed to be just Ben Reilly.
We'll see.
Because you know they have certain licenses and stuff like that, so you got to remember that is another thing that.
Yeah, but it's still Sony doing the production. Otherwise, this would have been an MCU production.
Fair enough, possibility. Fair enough, but nevertheless, I'm loving all of the villains. But my real, like, I don't have an issue with any of the villains. Sandman, yeah, you have you definitely have Tombstone.
Yeah,
and then you have Megawatt. But to me, the main sense of it all to me is Silvermane because that's some bitch, man.
Yep.
Listen, especially when he ended up getting the entire robot body and heart and all that other kind of stuff because he was old as fuck.
Well, in the
comics,
yeah.
No, like, dude, he is no, seriously, like he literally has done an entire robot body. Yeah. Oh well, we already know they didn't have that kind of technology in the 40s. Well, possibly mad scientist types, but definitely worth
And
it. He was a gangster and a smart one.
yeah,
A
and also
very smart one.
and also it helps, because when you're talking about Marvel, when you say the word gangster, automatically you think Kingpin, and there's so many other mob leaders that impact the Marvel universe. So I'm glad that they're using Silvermane instead of a pulp noir version of Wilson Fisk.
Wilson Fisk.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I think that
that's
they
a good
kind of.
question.
I want to say the MCU kind of broke with the only gangsters being Kingpin throughout the Luke Cage, series. They showed some.
That not quite. I mean, we've got you got Silvermane, you got Hammerhead.
Well, I'm not saying like they introduced.
Yeah,
I'm just saying like they kind of showed the gangster kind of lifestyle or gangs in that New York area aren't all necessarily
right.
working with Fisk or
Right.
under Fisk.
They just haven't
Man.
gotten into the Magia at all in the MCU, which they really need to do.
Yeah,
because it is such a wealth of characters in there. Great villain characters. Unfortunately, now that we have lost Tony Stark, we don't really have a need for Madame Mask. So,
right.
Yeah, damn it.
Who knows? Another universe. All right. So we are all excited to see that. Can't wait to see it drop on Prime. Let's see. Next up is going to be, I told you this is trailer day. So next up is going to be
yeah.
DC's. This is one I figured Saint would be excited for. Clayface.
Yeah, this is gonna be this is definitely gonna be an origin story, but we already know that Batman probably won't be in it, of course, but and that's not what I'm expecting. It's kind of like the same thing with Gotham, an origin story, but with no Batman, just just to see how things are, gonna go. But
well, it's going to be body horror in the new Gun DC universe.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're using practical effects on there too, which I am absolutely ecstatic about.
All right. All right.
I'm all set for that. I continually say the only way that this would have been better is if they got David Cronenberg to direct. You do body horror film, get the master of body horror to direct it.
I can see what you're saying. I
mean, dude's 84, but he still would have just absolutely knocked it out of the park.
Saint, all right, what about this movie has you excited to go see it?
Just the whole DC mythos, and for me, it's an interesting start to anyone that's really connected to the Batman mythos. So we get to finally see Gotham City, as a focus, before introducing Batman, and that's a good thing.
Right.
Well, I think like you said, I think that was kind of like one of the plus things about the original show Gotham as well. Is I like the fact that we didn't see Batman until we didn't even see him, Bruce Wayne, even come close to acting like Batman until the fifth and final season. And so. And I still did they ever do that? I'm pretty sure they did. What app can I watch it on? The Pennyworth series.
HBO, I think still.
Yeah.
HBO? All right, I'm gonna have to check that out. I've been wanting to check that out because
Pennyworth Pennyworth was great.
I've always wanted to see that side of Alfred. Like I know that he's got a badass side to him, or else he wouldn't have been able to hang with Batman for all them years. And so I want to see that. I want to see that shit. But anyway, I'm not even necessarily a big DC fan, but I'm always open to being introduced to new characters and new people, and this looks like it's going to be a good story told.
And it looks like they're going to continue with Clayface being the tragic villain,
Right.
that they did with Batman the Animated Series. Before then, there's been multiple Clayfaces. The first Clayface was just like a Bela Lugosi XP that went mad when he heard that his greatest film was going to be remade, and so he went a little mad, called himself Clayface, which was the name of the villain character in his film, and he was killing the members of the production crew and to prevent the remake from happening.
Wow.
So, yeah, that was Clayface 1, Basil Carlo.
That's insane.
Yeah. And Matt Hagen in the comics never had the tragic story. I mean, Matt Hagen was a adventurer who fell into some, weird goo that changed him.
That was a classic trope in comic books that has been used
Oh, yeah.
so many times over. It's not even funny. They fell into the mystery goo, and it gave them powers.
Exactly. Yeah. Everything like
Metamorpho, fucking
Elastigirl.
Yeah.
So yeah, but so
the secret mist.
Yeah, I'm all in for Clayface. It's going to be interesting because to see if there's going to be any difference between what Matt Reeves did with the Batman and what he's planning to do with the next Batman film, and what James Gunn is wanting the Batverse to be.
Okay.
Yes. And of course, best Clayface comes from Harley Quinn.
From the Harley Quinn show?
Oh, yes.
Oh, man.
Yes. Hi, I'm an actor.
All right.
Alan Tudyk is going full on ham.
We'll end that part of the segment on that right there, and we will go forward and into another trailer. This time for. That's right.
Yeah.
Acme versus Coyote versus Acme. Can't wait. Look at that. Beautiful. Look at that.
Yep.
Like that animation looks so beautiful.
Boom.
The Acme Corporation.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And John Cena plays the villain.
Yes.
Love it.
The corporate shark for Acme.
Acme sucks. Oh, my God. I can't wait to go see that.
And they canned it originally,
Yep. And I love that they turned this into a subversive tell-all that the Acme Corporation doesn't want you to see, which is why Warner Brothers canned it.
That's dope.
Oh, and Foghorn
Leghorn. Oh my goodness. Yeah. You know what we need? And this is going to sound really cliche, but after seeing this, I know I'm going to tell you exactly what we need. We need a Tiny Toons movie done exactly like that. Period.
I'd rather. I don't know. I'm kind of partial. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the Tiny Toons and the Looney Tunes, but I just can't get over the Animaniacs, bro.
Yeah, Animaniacs. The Animaniacs revival was fantastic.
Yeah, they went ham.
They did it right. Just the Pinky and the Brain segment where Brain goes to the world dictator conference and just completely just drops bombs on all the big names. It's like, Putin. I don't know which is shrinking faster, your hairline or your global influence.
Wow.
I mean,
Yeah.
just straight out savage. Kim Jong Un. You've got millions of people under your thumb, and all you can afford is that $5 haircut.
Damn. Oh my goodness. All right. So the next one is kind of a break from the trailers for real quick. And that is an article that popped up that you shared with us, Dave. Talking about, oh, for God's sakes, the Avengers Endgame re-release is now required homework for Doomsday.
Yeah.
And why is this so? Let me guess. They added a special cut scene or post-credit scene that is gonna apply because they're trying to push Avengers Endgame even further up the list for the highest grossing movie ever by re-releasing it and then adding that scene to make people have to go see it. You will not get my money, Marvel. Kevin Feige, I will not fall for this.
So we going. So we have to drag out Sherman and so we have to drag out Sherman and Peabody's Wayback Machine to get this stuff done. What the fuck is this? Like, really?
Oh man.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not a fan of it either.
What?
I will go see it under protest. But
he said under protest.
Extreme protest. I have an extremely strongly worded letter I'm sending to Disney over this.
Yeah, I'm tied to seven sticks of dynamite with 2 inches and a fuse. Get the fuck out of here, really. Yeah, that's
yeah, it's
look.
We don't know what it's going to be, and
I will always laugh at this because at the end of the day, this is just not to get political or anything like that, but this is just capitalism being capitalism and businesses being businesses.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You gotta squeeze the tit until every bit of milk comes out.
Yeah.
Because that's what's up.
This is the MCU version of the Star Wars special editions.
Right. And that's really what it's boiling down to. It's just like, it's not a matter of the MCU isn't popular anymore, because it is still popular.
Yeah.
It's just, it has dropped off from the level that it was at the point in which Endgame first released.
Because of what this exactly in there. Nobody, if you're not a comic nerd like we are, if you're just Joe Q public, you don't want to have to watch 5 limited series on a streaming channel just to keep up and know what's happening in the next movies.
They can solve all of that with simple recaps.
Yeah.
If you missed it, this is kind of what led us here. A couple of cutscenes, couple of flash scenes, then you start the movie or you start the new show. Like, they can make it. And for the most part, the original Marvel thing, I would say in the original 10-year run, you didn't have to watch every single movie in order to keep. There were key movies that you could watch throughout the thing to keep up with what was the Infinity Saga. You didn't have to watch every movie.
Right.
Now I agree with you.
But it helped.
Since Endgame, but it helped. But it did help. But since Endgame, you're right. They try to make it more important for you to have watched this, that, and this to pick up the little Easter eggs and the points to lead to what was eventually their Endgame.
And that's just translating the current comic book publishing mentality to the big screen, where both DC and Marvel do this all the time, where they have these huge events that interconnect all different titles in there that you have to buy every single title, even the ones you don't want, in order to keep up and get the full storyline.
It's like buying music in the 90s and you only wanted 2 songs off that damn CD, but you got to buy the whole damn CD.
Record filler.
Well, sometimes you'd buy the whole CD and it would be good, and sometimes you'd buy the whole CD and it wouldn't. You would only still like those 2 songs off the CD.
But it's usually done just to push some of the titles that aren't doing as well.
Right.
And it's worse with the MCU because they build their phases going forward with the plans and the expectations of, okay, we're going to have another series of this, we're going to have another season of this, and and then the fan response comes in, and for whatever reason, a show doesn't hit, like She-Hulk. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, they're in crisis mode, figuring out how they're going to rework their plans without another season of She-Hulk or whatever.
Yeah. And I think that's where they made the mistake. You either stay the course or you
make it too intricate.
Yeah. All right. So final words, Saint. Any thoughts on Coyote versus Acme? Are you going to be in the theater for that? Because we kind of got off track.
Oh man, I'm going to the theater for that. Like what?
Acme, but, sorry, we got over that.
Avengers.
What? Oh, just what? Wiley? Oh, the re-release. Well, yeah, the re-release. If I can get my hands on that final scene and watch it on bootleg, that'll be fine. But I'm not getting my money for just that one scene. You're gonna see the whole thing, and then special announcement: the Avengers cutscene you didn't want to see. Like, get the fuck out of here, dude. I'm not like no. I'll wait to go see. I'll wait till December 18th.
Yeah. And also, I don't think that they're going to show anything that diehard fans of Marvel are not going to be able to pick up by skipping the re-release of Endgame and going into Doomsday cold.
Yeah. Well, and here's the thing about it.
It better be a Fantastic Four couple of chapters or some shit like that.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it will be something of impact, but it'll be on YouTube within 3 weeks of the movie's release.
That too,
And you won't have to go see the whole movie in order to do it. Because there's enough people out there that will, pay that money just to go see it and so on and so forth. That trust me, you'll find it somewhere on the internet if you don't want to.
I'm on a budget.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see. Now back to the trailers, les trailers. And this one is one that I'm particularly happy to go see. And I will be there in the theaters. I don't know about you guys, but I know I will. So, and that is the Super of the Troopers.
Yes.
Number 3.
What?
Yes,
Super
number
Troopers
3.
Are you serious?
Yep.
And so I'm hoping that we all get to enjoy that and talk about it on the show, because it looks like it's going to be a good movie. Super Troopers was a great concept when it first came out. It's still a great concept now. But like people need to learn and remember how to laugh, and I think movies like Super Troopers allow you to be able to go back there and do that again.
Yeah.
So, gentlemen, you want to share your thoughts on the Super Troopers revival?
Shit, what?
Yeah, go ahead and kick us off.
I don't have nothing to say, man. I'm in, dude. Like,
all right.
Yes, all right. Absolutely. The other Broken Lizard films may not have been great, but the Super Trooper franchise has always been good. I'm looking to the hilarity of Favre marrying Remy's sister. That's the main storyline that's revolving around. Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, that's going to be something that I look forward to seeing. I don't know about you guys, but Favre getting married in the first place is going to be just funny as hell.
But what did she see in him?
Everything that nobody else does.
Yes,
Say,
absolutely.
all right.
And you know
So
they're going to
we're
be
gonna.
parodying the uh, Hindu cultural the Desi storylines and the musical dance sequences and everything, and that's
Oh
I'm
yeah, the
always up for
Bollywood
good
look.
parody. Yeah.
Heck yeah. All right. So two more things, or one more thing, and then I'm going to do a quick recap on Invincible season 4. Spoilers alert ahead. Let's see. All right, but one more story. The current era of Star Trek is ending with a fire sale, and this is according to Justin Carter on Gizmodo. That the Star Trek is boldly going to the big screen again, and that means its TV props and costumes can go to the highest paying fans.
Yep.
Question I have for you, gentlemen, is: would you be willing to pay for something that was originally worn or used on a Star Trek television show?
If I had the money, sure.
Okay.
I would.
Okay. Yeah.
I would.
Yeah. That big of
I
fans, huh?
would. Yeah, well, I mean, I'm a Star Trek fan, so it's like, since the original, and I mean, I've pretty much followed everything, whether it was good, bad, or indifferent.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So, yeah.
Now, here's a question for you to not challenge, but push back against your Star Trek fandom. No, I'm messing with you. Did either of you ever go to Vegas and see the
Absolutely.
Star Trek? Whatchamacallit at
Absolutely.
I forget which hotel that was. Was it the Hilton?
Yes,
Mhm.
absolutely.
And
My
you could walk through that thing and see every ship from the original Enterprise on through the most recent. I believe Next Generation was the most recent at that time when I went.
when
Yeah.
one of my friends who is a massive Trekkie was living in Vegas, he got a retail job there at the gift shop.
Heck yeah.
And here's the thing: when you joined, part of your intake process is you have to create the character you're going to play, because you are playing a character in there.
Nice.
And they build it around what props you may have. And so my boy Mike said, well, I've got a holotransmitter. And the guy goes, okay, so you're a hologram. What? Yeah, you remember what the Doctor would use to move around Voyager? Yeah. It's basically that. And
Okay.
so you're a hologram? What are you going to do? And Mike immediately said, I'm the emergency retail hologram. And it's like, wait, what?
Hologram. What?
Think about it. The gift shop is run by a Ferengi. Okay, so what's a better employee for a Ferengi than
a hologram?
A hologram doesn't eat, doesn't need breaks, doesn't take vacations, available 24 hours on demand.
Way to think of it.
You're hired.
Way to think of it. Pause real quick. Kari, go ahead and give that shout out to our newest jumping in the comment section there.
Oh, I see it in the building. Chaos Planes was good. Tap it in. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Appreciate you. All right. So,
but yeah,
let's see.
And one of the best things, gags there was at the gift shop, they had an empty space that was labeled Romulan cloaking device.
Romulan Day. I love it. All right. So, last thing we're going to do real quick is I'm going to take center stage, gentlemen. Pardon me. But for those of you who have not seen it, I'm going to give you a quick recap, not necessarily point by point. I'm not going to go give too many spoilers, but let me just tell you this. If you have not watched season 4 of Invincible, please do. The newest season is amazing, from the war, the actual war with the Viltrumites, which lasts a couple of episodes, to the people that they recruit with them, that Alan and Nolan recruit with them to go take the fight to the Viltrumites. It's amazing. Everything through all of that is utterly amazing. So please, I would beg of you, if you are a fan of Invincible, if you have not checked out season 4, get over to Amazon Prime, check it out. It is worth the watch. I'll probably be rewatching it all again in order, just because it's that good. Mark really grows up. So does Oliver in this particular scenario. And yeah. And let me just say this: Alan is a lot stronger than that big orange dude looks. Voiced by Seth Rogen, love him there. But yeah, Alan is a beast. All right, so that's it. Just wanted to kind of touch on that real quick.
Also, a little bit of breaking news related to Amazon's comic book adaptations. They've announced that Gen Z will end after season 2.
Yes, I did see that. Oh, yeah.
But we have Vought Rising, and then we have The Boys Mexico. So,
one last shout out. Listen to over the past couple of days the Pod Meets World section of audio podcast that in which they did the interviews with the different wrestlers: Kit Wilson, Charlotte Flair, AJ Lee, CM Punk, and Rhea Ripley. And again, I would recommend their short listens, 20, 30 minutes. I believe the longest one is 40 something minutes. But they're good listens. You really get down to the rawness of who they are. And I love the fact that in the AJ Lee episode, they all agreed that they were going to meet up with some of the members of Critical Role and do a D&D session specifically for AJ Lee and Daniel Fishel. And I can't wait to hear that if they ever actually drop it, because that would be just utterly amazing. Yeah. And I found out one more thing about CM Punk that makes me say, all right, Phil, look, man, I'm for you. I can back you up a little bit, because Phil Brooks, Mr. CM Punk, pardon me for calling you by your government name, Mr. CM Punk.
That's bad business, dude.
Yeah, I know. Is a huge fan of Magic the Gathering. And that was like, wow, okay. Right on, dude. Right on.
Damn,
we all know
my cards.
Yeah, my cards are about to go away, and that's sad, but it is what it is. All right, so that's going to do it for us for this half of the show. We are going to take our first and only promo break, in which, if you watch closely, there's a new promo in there. There's a new promo for you to check out. Also, we'll see if you notice it. This is the Cheap Pop Podcast, brought to you by First GenXers Presents, and you are watching either on Twitch or on YouTube, one of our 2 YouTube stations. Wherever you're watching from, we thank you, and we'll be back right after the break. Deuces.
Back at it. Yep, we still doing it. Poetic beat. First GenXers. Gia. Let's get it, y'all. Come on. We back in the building. It's been a long time cooking in the soup kitchen. And I'm chilling with the same. Dropping these beats, won't stop, nope, I can't. Let me get up in the lab, turn it up. Game on with the first GenXers. What's up? Let's flip on the Switch or the Xbox and get up in my zone, I'm clowning. Let me clear my throat for a minute. Shout out to my folks while I'm in it. It ain't nothing but love, it's babe business. I really don't know what's so who ain't feeling this. And this is only the beginning. Now versus then, this is something for the chillin'. Poetic got the joints like McDonald's. I'm loving it. It's the first GenXers. We're now rocking with Poetic Beats. This is the first GenXers production. Get your PlayStations out. Get your Xbox out. Get your Switch out. Let's get it in, y'all. Holla back.
got to keep it. Keep it. You got to keep it lovely. You got to keep it. Keep it. You got to keep it lovely. Sex comes right after the struggle. I ain't even giving up on whatever I wanted. The tragedies I've seen, I can't even stomach. Most of y'all weak as shit and would've started running. Every time I make it back to the crib, I'm thankful the Most High let me see all of it. Grateful I'm lovely, and I'm being real with this. Please don't judge me. I'ma stay on my shit. I'ma keep a grind mode.
Adams family like dynamic between Pugsley and Wednesday. Like, very true.
Yeah.
Well, I always temper this because I think
I did not like the proceeding with caution tagline.
I've also seen what Chase Center looks like when the Valkyries are fucking playing, so fuck all of you. Because Chase Center is packed no matter what's going on.
All right, and we are back. We're back, Jack. Ready
Yeah,
to...
I want to unmute the Saint.
No, not yet. No. There we go.
A little bit of refreshment.
Oh, I didn't mute him. He muted himself.
Record time, buddy. Record time.
I give you record time. All right. All right. So now that brings us straight up into all right. SmackDown Alley. We talk about wrestling. WWE style, unfortunately, due to lack of content, being that I don't watch it, we don't talk AEW here. I'm sorry for those of you AEW fans. Nothing against it. We just don't talk it here. All right. So we're going to finish up our WrestleMania coverage and talk a little bit about WrestleMania Night 2, which had a completely different look. And I kind of like the way that they introduced it with Cena coming out and them kind of like him waving his hand and them destroying the kind of look that they had for WrestleMania from the night before, and then the new kind of digital look popped up, and it was a great way to separate the two nights and make each night its own individual spectacle.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I think what they're going for is they can justify charging as much as they do if each individual night is its own event.
Yeah.
And either you're willing to pay to go to both events or you only go to one and not the other, but each one is a unique experience. Me personally, I'd pay for one night, maybe whichever night is the night that has the card I want to see most, and then the other night I just watch at home or in my hotel room. Just that simple. But all right, so WrestleMania Night 2, gentlemen, we opened up with the match that everybody had been waiting for, but nobody saw coming, and that was the match between Oba Femi and Brock Lesnar. Not only does Oba get the win, but Oba gets the win in what can be considered squash fashion, where he just basically like he no-sold a bunch for Brock Lesnar and choke slam Brock Lesnar right into the fall from grace, and 1, 2, 3. So, gentlemen, your thoughts on the next big thing that is Oba Femi and his win over Brock Lesnar, and then we'll after you guys give your thoughts on the match, we'll talk about what happened after the match.
It was a wrap.
Yeah.
Oba Femi came in, he saw, he conquered, and made Brock Lesnar unlace his boots and tell him to take the long walk. You know what I'm saying? That was it.
Dave, your thoughts on the match?
Yeah.
It's pretty much exactly what I was expecting, which was two big guys slamming the hell out of each other.
Yeah.
And, it was a great passing of the torch from Brock to Oba. Oba is now the big bruiser.
Yeah, well, he's the next big thing, which was a tagline that only Brock Lesnar has ever held in the WWE. Oba is now they're using it with Oba. He is the next big thing.
Yep,
agreed.
But now we can kind of dive into after the match, in which Lesnar shocked, I want to say the world. I want to say that even Paul Heyman.
I don't think anyone shocked him.
What happened or what? Yeah, he even said he's there to make the next superstar. He did say that. Chaos Flames. But yeah, like he the reason why is because you have the moment where Brock's taking off everything. It's all sitting in the middle of the ring. Paul Heyman gets in the ring to come hug Brock, and Brock goes, basically signifying to Paul, like, yeah, no, this isn't fake. Like, I'm done. And it was in that moment that I kind of realized, okay, like I understand. This is the way he wanted to go out. Brock's an old school guy. We've said that about so many people. John Cena, AJ Styles, they're all old school guys.
Mm-hmm.
And I am 100% glad that he did not give the rub to Gunther.
Yeah.
Everybody thought it was going to be Gunther. Gunther's going to retire Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. Gunther. Nope. Looks like it was Obafemi that retired him. Which is don't get me wrong, is a good starting plot point from for a Gunther versus Obafemi, battle.
Yeah.
I'm the one that retired the Beast. You retired John Cena and AJ Styles. Yeah. I'm the one that retired basically the toughest sports combat athlete to ever exist. Well, I wouldn't say.
Yeah, that would have been a great notch on his belt, but I'm good.
Yeah.
Somebody else.
I was over Gunther being the career killer once AJ Styles happened, and it's like, no,
yeah, bro,
dude, no, that it's just,
damn, bro.
Yeah,
Gunther, I just don't like him. Like, damn, man. That was pretty cold and direct.
It's not that I don't like him.
Yeah.
It's just
Chaos Flames said Gunther. I just don't like him. Like, it's like, what the fuck, bro?
I just don't like him being the go-to retirement beast in there, because we're going to have Gunther retire Rey Mysterio. We're going to have Gunther retire Randy Orton.
I'll say it like this.
Nah,
I think they will retire.
He ain't gonna retire Randy Orton. Nah,
I think that Gunther is going to retire those who want to be retired by Gunther. Because I think people like Rey Mysterio has publicly said he wants to be retired by Dominic. Like, that's the match that he wants to be his last match when he does retire. I'm pretty sure that from everything that I've heard from or read from the dirt sheets, Brock Lesnar wanted to put over Obafemi. Yeah, Gunther versus Randy would be a hell of a dope match. But Brock wanted to put over Oba on his way out the door, and so they gave him that feud, and it worked. He was already a star, and this just shot him into a stratosphere. Yeah,
Oba was already over, and that just, like you said, just shot him up more. So,
and especially to beat Brock Lesnar in a fashion that nobody, I think only 3 opponents in the history of the WWE have ever beaten Brock Lesnar in a squash match. In a basically 5 minutes or less, very little offense by Brock. I think the Big Show did at one point when they were really trying to get over the Big Show. He beat up Brock pretty quick, but not like that. Oba is that dude. He's a made man at this point. All he has to do is ride the wave and keep doing what he's doing.
Absolutely, but it was absolutely fantastic.
And you want to know something? And this is no slight at Apollo Crews. Oba is what they wanted Apollo Crews to be. Like Ova is that dude, and unfortunately Apollo Crews was not. But anyway, so well, I'll say, but yeah, so let's see what was the next match after that. We saw Penta successfully retain his IC title in what was a hell of a match. And again, here we are again, and Javon Evans is shining like a goddamn diamond in a match. Like Dave, give us your thoughts on the 6-man tag or 6-man ladder match.
OG cutter from the top.
That was beautiful.
That was amazing, and also dropping Rusev from the top of the ladder like that.
Yeah.
Which we'll get into.
That was like that was that match. Now's the time. Like for those of you who don't know, like Javon Evans hits this move where Rusev basically like hits him with a Machka kick and kicks him out of the ring. And then Javon Evans gets up as Rusev is going up towards climbing the ladder to go get the IC belt. And Javon Evans hits him with an OG cutter from the top rope, jumping basically halfway across the ring and catching Rusev and cradling him down
when
into the
Rusev
cutter.
is at the near the top of the ladder to get
near
the
the top of the rope, or near the top of the ladder. Yeah, like it was an amazing move. It wasn't as clean as the one with Rayo or with the El Grande Americano guy.
One of the Americanos.
It wasn't as great as that one. It wasn't as clean as that one because Rusev had to like stick his neck out to safely do that move. He had to but Rusev's look of surprise on his face is what got me. That's what made me laugh. Is Rusev was like, as he was getting like OG cuttered, he's like, oh my God, like that he was able to jump and do that. So even his opponents, as he's hitting moves on them, are impressed by what he's doing. But yeah, so I was highly impressed. I was actually rather happy that Penta retained.
Yep.
Like I like the idea of Penta as the IC champ. I've always liked the idea of foreign, not gimmicks, but foreign characters within wrestling holding the Intercontinental Championship, because that should be the championship that means the most to them.
Yep.
Is the Intercontinental. Hey, what's up, Studio 4 AM? Thanks for tapping in.
Hey.
Yeah, Javon's definitely got a whole bunch of talent. And it's just all a matter, of how they push him. And same thing with Oba Femi. And I think we will see that probably at SummerSlam. I think we'll see a build over SummerSlam because I think Roman he said he's only going to be here through the summer. So odds are Roman will be gone after SummerSlam for a little bit. You'll probably see Roman drop the World Heavyweight Championship to Oba at WrestleMania.
You think so?
Yeah.
Where?
Or not WrestleMania, but at SummerSlam. Sorry,
okay.
At SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Before Roman goes, I see him dropping the belt to Oba. I don't know why, either Oba or Gunther, because those are your two that are lined up to be the next World Heavyweight Champion. It's either going to be Oba or it's going to be Gunther. And you got to throw Seth Rollins in the mix there. They got a lot of good people, but right now I think it's going to be Oba that ultimately ends up with it after SummerSlam.
Yeah, I can see that.
So, but yeah. So let's see what was the next match after Penta retained. That was an amazing match. You had the match between the Demon Finn Balor and Dominic Mysterio, a match in which Finn Balor won, and I was actually quite happy that he won it. I like seeing him bring back the Demon character. Yeah, trying to make his way home. Yeah, and we'll get into this a little bit, but shout out to WWE SmackDown before we continue on with this. I have not heard the name of my hometown, East Palo Alto, said on TV as much as I did in that night, and it makes me proud every time I hear it. But anyway, we'll get to that. But Finn Balor and Dom Mysterio was a great match. It was no DQ, and the Demon did Demon things to Dominic Mysterio and got the 1, 2, 3. Gentlemen, your thoughts on the Demon character as well as the results of this match. Dave, Saint, kick us off.
Listen, anytime the demon shows up and chaos ensues, and I did like the paint this time. It was actually kind of crazy, but it was still a great match. And Finn Balor has always been very successful when when he chooses his, I guess he kind of chooses his matches in that sense. And that had been kind of building up for a little while between him and Dominic. So yeah, I'm always good for a good beat up.
Yeah.
Or a good beat down.
Especially when it's Dom.
Especially when it's Dom. 100%.
That's fucked up, y'all.
And then
if there's two people who deserve beatdowns in WWE, it's Dom Mysterio and Logan Paul.
That means they're doing their jobs. Like, all right. So the next match after Finn Balor slayed that demon known as Dominic Mysterio, we saw Trick Willie get silly at WrestleMania Night 2 and win himself a U.S. title. And I tell you, he got silly because if you have not seen it, Trent Williams, I'm thinking of 49ers. Trick Williams is had a jacket that stretched all the way back up the ramp. The 40-foot ramp all the way down to the ring. Yeah. That trick. That trick.
You know what? Let me just say that the whole performance was really great.
We're all sick of
No, dude. Listen. I would rather deal with Logan Paul than to deal with fucking little Yachty, man. I can't stand that little bastard, bro. I can't stand him.
He's around for a while if you watch.
He says so many disrespectful things about hip hop, man, and his knowledge of hip hop. It's like, man, somebody should go ahead and put this motherfucker down and put him to sleep. That's how I feel about that rat, and tagging rat ass bastard, man.
But what did you think of the match between Sami Zayn and Trick Williams?
Oh, it was great. It was good. I'm just glad that Lil Yachty got hurt. You know what I'm saying? That was cool. But no, seriously though, Trick Williams, he's doing his thing, and I would really love for him to continue to hang on to that title.
Yeah.
For a little bit, because
I want to see him, and I'll be honest with you, I'm looking forward to a feud between him and Carmelo Hayes.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that because I don't think that's going to be over. As a matter of fact, I think that'll probably be headed towards SummerSlam.
Yeah, 100%.
Or a clash in Paris. Whoever, you never know.
Never know. All right, and Dave, what are your thoughts on the Trick Williams and Sami Zayn match before we move on to our final two matches of the night?
I'm a Sami Zayn mark, so upset that he lost it, but glad that he remained a fighting champion. Hope that Trick continues that, being a fighting champion with the U.S. title.
Well, Trick has already said that there will be no universal or there will be no open challenges. That's okay. Yeah, he's already said it. He said they will decide who Trick faces. So booted them already. All right. So this match I liked for multiple reasons. One, because it starred two beautiful women. And two, because it was actually a great wrestling match. Rhea Ripley and Jade Cargill put on a hell of a match. To me, that match had the best finish of any match on either night. And what I mean by that is, if you did not watch the match finished with Jade getting the upper hand, going to put Rhea into Jaded, and Rhea jumps up and then slips through Jade's legs while grabbing her hand, effectively bending Jade over and putting her in perfect position for the Riptide in the win. That finish was the cleanest finish of the weekend. What are your thoughts, gentlemen?
I agree.
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree. That was
I-
definitely on hit. But yeah, I like the fact that Rhea Ripley, Rhea Ripley's matches when they come to an end and she ends them, it's just like
It's a
the
period.
smoke. It's the smoke. The smoke is clear. You can go ahead and leave now. You know what I mean? Like,
My thing is now jumping ahead to Raw, where Io Sky was giving tearful farewell to Rhea. I guess Rhea is moving to SmackDown now.
Yes, because she holds the smack because there's a brand split. The two
Okay.
brands are not the same anymore. So when she won the WWE Championship, she's now no longer going to be on Raw. She'll
Okay.
be on SmackDown.
Well, no. Anyway, but yeah, great match. Lots of great, wrestling, and again, the beauty of the modern women's division in WWE is that they're showing that they are just as capable of being just as brutal. They're not just there for TNA anymore.
Right. They're not.
You know,
They're not gimmicks. They're not managers anymore. They're
I mean,
actual.
sure, you get
full-fledged-
you get the poses and everything with the asses on primarily on the camera focus. You get stuff like the Devil's Kiss,
Yeah.
but they're still great technical wrestlers.
Oh yeah. Well, what it is that you're in this different era. At the very beginning of the kind of women's wrestling era, you had beautiful women, but they were really used more as ballets, and they weren't really given.
Right.
And then you had the Alundra Blaze situation where they really started to give women time in the ring and time on shows to showcase what they can do. And then you ran into the Divas era, which was kind of a hybrid of them being like still with the bra and panties matches and managers, but they're giving them more TV time, more time for segments, so on and so forth. And then you had the Trish, Mickey James, like Lita era, where women were more it was more focused on in ring. Now you have this mixture of women being these beautiful personalities, but at the same time being able to wrestle in ring. Like you can say all day that you do not like the Bellas and their personalities, but you cannot tell me that they do not know how to wrestle. Like they are not the best female wrestlers in the world. There are plenty of female wrestlers that are way better than them, but they know how to go. And so give credit where it's due with people like that they wouldn't have made it as far in the wrestling business as they did if they didn't know how to wrestle at all, and they were just garbage. They would be hurting people all the time. Anyway,
one thing I think WWE is lacking is a mixed tag team. I mean, I know that they've had them in the past.
They used to have a thing called the Mixed Tag Challenge, like where it was a tournament that they had where they put
having that as a regular belt, I think would be great.
And technically, they do down in NXT. They do have the Unity Championships. They're just not really pushed. I don't know if they decommission those or not, but they used to have the Unity Championships in WWE NXT, which was always it's a pairing of a man and a woman. And with AAA, technically, they have the intergender tag team championships, so people can win those.
We'll see.
But yeah, congratulations to Rhea. I hope that she has a great run. It started off kind of rough if you watch SmackDown, but we'll get to that in a minute. But all right, so we had the main event of the evening, a match that I don't care. Mr. Dave Meltzer gave 5 stars. I gave it 10 stars because my ratings thing matters more because I have more stars. But it was an excellent match. It was storytelling at its best, not a lot of interference, and they gave you everything that you wanted out of both men. And just a quick side note, listening to the CM Punk interview with Pod Meets World with Daniel Fischel and Will Friedle. CM Punk really backstage, they don't like each other. CM Punk and Roman Reigns, they don't. I don't know what the beef is. Maybe it's the stuff that he said on Colt Cabana's podcast, but they really don't like each other. But evidently they respect each other because they gave us one hell of a match at WrestleMania. Gentleman Dave, go ahead and kick us off with your thoughts about the main event of WrestleMania Night 2.
You know, fantastic. You know, showcase both guys. You know, Roman trying to do the go to sleep on Punk. You know, it really underlined the rivalry between the two, where you know they're trying to steal each other's moves. But yeah, it happened. It ended how it ended.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a Punk mark, and you know, good to see. I didn't want to end, but you know, if it's going to have to end, I guess Roman is, you know, the first choice of the roster for it to end. I'd rather see Roman get it than Gunther.
Oh, it'll end up in Gunther's hand. They're building that for a reason. Saint, I'll say, Saint, your thoughts on the main event of WrestleMania Night 2.
Wait, what? Are we serious here? Like, come on, man. Roman Reigns, man, was like, he was trying to take care of business. Like, he gave 0 fucks in that whole match.
Mm-hmm.
0, like nothing. Like it was over, and he had to bow down. Like what? But seriously though, it was a great physical match.
Yeah,
I mean, a lot of the matches, you know, especially the main event, you gotta give them what they want. And I'm gonna tell you, I think that we got what we wanted this go round, because there were a couple of matches that were kind of like, yeah, you could have, you know, passed me on that one, but night 2 was definitely on point.
Oh, must see, huh? Yeah, I can agree with you there. That even down to the main event, all of it was must see. All of it had something for you, for somebody to be hooked on, and yeah, like 100%. Let's see what happens with it and roll with it as WrestleMania rolled us right into Monday Night Raw.
Yep.
We'll kind of touch on a couple of quick points to get through Raw. One of the main points of the evening was that the Bloodline reunited. Roman brought Jimmy and Jay back into the ring.
And
Gave them a speech that was a repeat of a speech that he's given before at the Shield. Like that, apart we're like this, together we're like this.
Yep.
And we can run this bitch. And I think we're going to see a formation there. But going ahead,
Jacob Fatu stepping in at the end and making his claim to the belt, and Roman just saying, "Anytime you're ready."
Well, here's the thing.
And apparently it's going to be what's the next pay-per-view?
Backlash.
We
were building to that. You got the Bloodline reunited. Jacob comes out. He does specifically challenge Roman. Roman didn't tell him, I'll see you win. Roman said, I don't think you're ready. Show me that you're ready. And that tied into something that happened on SmackDown that we'll get to in a minute with Jacob Fatu. But he said, show me that you're ready, because I don't believe you're ready. But when you feel you're ready, we can do this. And so we'll see what happens with it. But I give Jacob props for stepping to the tribal chief and coming for it. You know, somebody's got to step up. He ain't no punk. Not to me. Anyway, what I'll say. We had 2 big debuts from NXT in Ethan Page and Sol Ruka.
First of all, can I just say that the Raw opens with Obafemi coming out.
Yes.
Stepping out, perfect suit, like he's Cody Rhodes, and just looking magnificent. And he doesn't even have to say anything. He just gets in the ring, stands there, lets everyone chant his name, back out.
Yeah.
You know, it's perfect embodiment of, like, you don't have to tell people you are the king. When you tell people that you're the king, you're not necessarily the king. So
Well,
that
and-
was he is the ruler now.
Yeah. Well, and yeah. Well, I was gonna get back around to that, but yes, Oba opened up the show with the classic big promo from what was basically the biggest match of the night, which was Obafemi and Brock Lesnar. And yeah, he came out and he had the crowd in his hands. Like I said, I haven't seen a wrestler have that much control over a crowd since Roman Reigns came out the night of WrestleMania after he beat The Undertaker. The Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania after he beat The Undertaker. And they wouldn't let him get a word in edgewise. So he let them boo him out the building and then proceeded to, when they give him just enough time to talk, all he said was "This is my yard now," and dropped the mic and went and did his thing. So Oba kind of gave you the same thing. I showed I am the ruler, and Oba, 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 oh yeah, and it's such an easy and very much catchy tune.
Oh yeah.
And rhythm.
Yes, I.
Stop it! You know you was in your room.
Yeah, whatever.
The Nigerian Nightmare Obafemi. But anyway, getting back to the NXT debuts, we had Ethan Page and take on Javon Evans, continuing their rivalry from NXT, and we also had Sol Ruka take on the new World Heavyweight Champion,
Women's
Liv
Strip
Morgan.
Champion.
I love Sal Roker, man.
Women's World Heavyweight Champion.
Oh man,
Soul Snatcher.
She was handling business. She was really. She showed up. She showed Liv up, and the only thing that saved Liv was the interference of Zarya.
Yeah. I think she would have probably gotten the pin on Liv, but I like the idea of having Zarya come out and kind of
how Soul got out of that oblivion in just one fluid motion.
That girl can go like her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm going to call her from now on?
Mm-hmm.
She's Gumby, damn it. She is Gumby.
Well, I mean,
the way she rolls her body around and moves her body around to hit the moves that she hits, she's Gumby.
She's a trained gymnast and acrobat first and foremost. In the NCAA competition, and the wrestling came later. So, she's playing into her strength.
That she is.
She's the female equivalent of Javon Evans. That girl is bouncy.
Yeah, she is. That you know what? Here was the thing about it. Two more key moments. First and foremost, I love the fact that Paul Heyman came out and again further cementing the fact that this is all real. Came out and admonished the men in the truck for not removing the Brock Lesnar video from the intro from the now to the forever segment because Brock is done. Now this could be Paul overacting and Brock is not really done and we're going to see Brock again, or that could have been real raw emotion from Paul Heyman.
I think that Brock's done and that's just Paul being Paul and overacting and just being a salty asshole. Yeah.
Now another thing that was teased was a potential championship match between Cody Rhodes and
Cody Rhodes.
CM Punk.
Punk came out and did his promo and talked about hey, I've had to deal with a lot of loss since like last October and all the people that have passed away on him, listed off a bunch of the backstage folks who had died in the past couple months. Punk's like, it just wasn't my night the other night. It happens. The important thing now is I stay ready for the next opportunity because you never know when the next opportunity is just going to fall out of the sky and hit Cody's music.
And yeah, I'm thinking maybe that's the matchup we're looking at SummerSlam, but we'll see.
Mhm.
We'll see. I think Cody will
Maybe.
have a couple more challengers between now and then. I don't think we're looking at Backlash. I don't think they're going to build to it that quick because that's something for the championship. You want to build to that.
Yeah.
You want to build to that. All right. And then Gunther also stated that his vision is for himself is to work his way into the world title picture. Now, being that there is a connection, despite a very fractured connection between Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman, I can see how that favor that he owes Gunther can come into play with him getting himself a world title shot.
Right.
What are your thoughts, gentlemen?
You're going to give me my title shot, or else I will end your career.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's coming, and I really think that him and Roman Reigns are going to mix it up.
Oh yeah.
In some way, and that is going to be a hell of a match. But I guarantee you, Gunther he won't be killing no careers that day, because I think he would take Gunther. He will be taken out to lunch.
We can see.
So,
all right, go on,
I
Dan.
can dream.
something that we sort of skipped over with the Ethan Page Javon Evans match, which was great, but Rusev did a run-in to try to brutalize Javon Evans.
Yeah,
So that's going to be a feud for Evans.
for Evans down there. Yeah, I believe after he wins the U.S. title, it may be. I think eventually he's going to win, not the U.S., but the Intercontinental title. I think Javon Evans is most likely your next Intercontinental champion. But let's see. All right, gentlemen. So did either of you get a chance to watch SmackDown?
Parts of it, yes.
Parts of it. Okay. So let's look at this here. SmackDown was quite interesting on Friday night because you had the Usos come out to confront Jacob Fatu about him protecting Roman Reigns.
And that was definitely something. Listen, I'm not gonna sit up here, and to me, everybody else in the world could look at it. To me, that was a homegoing conversation between Bay Area and Northern California. Like San Francisco was talking directly to Sacramento. You know what I mean? That's how I saw it. And it's like, you gonna team up with us, Oos? You know, Jay is like, that's what it is, Oos. You already done took it. Now what you gonna do with it? Oos? You know what I mean? So yeah.
And I tell you, like, it was a great. Stop it! Sorry, animals. I'll say it led to and was interrupted by Solo Sikoa and the MFTs, in which there was a little bit of tension between Tamatanga and Solo Sikoa, which I can see blowing up fairly soon here. And then Jacob gets caught up because Solo wants him to come back to the bloodline. And he's like, hell no. And gives whatchamacallit a super kick. Gives Tamatanga, Jacob Fatu gives Tamatanga a super kick, leading to Solo Sikoa versus Jacob Fatu in the main event of SmackDown. But here's what I really wanted to get to. First and foremost, congratulations to one Miss Tiffany Stratton. It is once again Tiffy time in the Women's United States Championship division, as she beat Julia to win the U.S. title. I knew as soon as she stepped up, they were going to put the strap on her. They weren't going to put the WWE title on her because they were putting it on Rhea. So I knew as soon as she stepped up for the U.S. title, it was on.
You think so?
Yeah, I knew it was on and popping. It was just a matter of when. It wasn't even a matter of if. It was a matter of when. So, and when just happened to be this last Friday night. So it's now Tiffy time in the U.S. title picture. I think a match between her and Chelsea Green is going to be off the hook.
I think
It's
so.
going to be off the hook. All right. So let's push through this so we can get to the real important parts. But you also had a match between Danhausen and The Miz.
That was
Love it.
funny.
That was funny. Danhausen is funny to me.
And
I've become a fan Hausen.
Cursed.
I will admit that I have become a fan Hausen after watching. There's a Facebook account. I can't remember the name, but it's a dad and his deaf daughter who loves WWE, loves doing wrestling stuff. And there's a interaction between the daughter and Danhausen back in in the street during WrestleMania, where she's teaching Danhausen how to sign "You Are Cursed,"
nice,
and other stuff, and she's also teaching Rhea Ripley how to sign "Champ." She's and doing all this stuff.
Interacting with
kid's fearless. She is just absolutely fearless at like 10 years old or so, and it's like, keep an eye on her, because in 12 years we're gonna see her in the mix, in NXT or stuff. But yeah, and Danhausen
change in 12 years, but you never know.
Yeah,
you never know.
But Danhausen, it was like watching John Cena with the kids for Make-A-Wish, and just absolutely fantastic. So
he's grown on me because he definitely is into the character. Like the guy that's behind Danhausen is definitely into the character. So because of that, it makes me a fan of the character.
So when the fight with the Miz, did Danhausen do the "You Are Cursed" sign when he pointed? Fireworks went off.
Well, no, that was that happened during the match, and that was how he ended up pinning him.
Yeah,
because he cursed him when his back was to him. He was celebrating with Kit Wilson on the apron, and then when he said "You are cursed," they set off the fireworks. And he ended up dropping the Miz and pinning him after that. So anyway, so "You Are Cursed." Danhausen's awesome. SmackDown was awesome. We also had Damian Priest and R-Truth retain their tag team titles over the MFTs. And the biggest thing of the night was what we thought we were going to have an impromptu match between the new women's tag team champions, and Charlotte Flair and Charlexa. And what we ended up getting was the debut of Fatal Influence on the main roster: JC Jane, Fallon Henley, and Laney Reed, and them beating down everybody, including Rhea Ripley. Later on that night.
That was crazy.
Yeah. So give your thoughts on that, Saint, real quick.
Listen here, man.
Before we go to the final
JCJ, we already know it is what it is. We already knew. Okay, here she comes. She gets involved, but then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, 3 other chicks are just coming in and just like stomping and dumping. You know what I mean? Like no gifts regarded, no fucks given, and it was like a 4-on-1 battle, man. Like I didn't like it. I just didn't like it. But no, I wasn't expecting Fatal Influence to have that much of an impact. I think that the locker room is really going to be it's going to be busy in the women's division, and I think that we're just gonna see a whole bunch of fuckery that will continue to keep moving.
Something else we didn't mention about Raw is we saw the return of the Street Profits.
Yes, that is true.
Yes.
During the tag team title segment with the Vision, we saw the return of the Street Profits to help out, I believe, LA Knight.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so that was SmackDown. So here's the subject y'all been wanting to get to. Let's go over it. We're gonna have to go over it pretty quickly because we still got video games ahead of us.
Before we get into that, one thing from night 2 of WrestleMania, Miss Bianca Belair.
Oh yeah, she announced that she's
coming
pregnant.
coming out.
Yeah.
And she's got a tag team partner for Naomi and Big Jim's kid.
Yep. The two kids, and they're gonna be basically because Naomi, her kid will be a little bit younger because Naomi and Jimmy already had their kid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and she's still
But still, it's like by a matter of months. So
yeah.
But yeah,
All
tag team training partner on the way.
Yep. All right, so the final thing we'll talk about when it comes to WWE is the WWE. Dang it, I typed too fast there. Hold on.
Post WrestleMania releases.
Yeah, post WrestleMania releases. Now, for those of you who are unfamiliar with it, this is pretty much a yearly thing. Every year after WrestleMania, WWE does a big dump of a bunch of people that they're paying, they're not getting a return on investment with that wrestler that they thought they would when they signed them, and so they released them.
And there are some surprising names on the list.
Yeah. Well,
maybe only a couple to me.
To me, Kairi Sane is the one big surprise.
Right, that was
because they seem to be building to something.
Yeah, they had a good storyline going with Kairi Sane.
Yeah, with her and Asuka. But other than that, everybody else was kind of in haphazard storylines or not really being used at all.
Right.
Like the White Six just finished up a haphazard storyline with the MFTs. Aleister Black was kind of inserting himself into random feuds all over the place on SmackDown, but not really doing anything. And same thing with Zelina Vega. So it's like some of the releases, it's just like, all right, yeah. But I will say Kairi Sane was one that definitely was like, that one's different. But all the rest
that kind of hit you because it's like, well, damn, because she's been in and out twice over the last 4.5 years, man.
Just thinking about it, I'm wondering if Kairi requested a release.
It could be. Like she very well could have. Like and really, let's see. So the total releases, they released 23 wrestlers. They released the entire Wyatt Six faction, Bo Dallas, Nikki Cross, Dexter Lumis, Joe Casey, Eric Rowan. They released Aleister Black and Zelina Vega. They released Kairi Sane. They released the Motor City Machine Guns, who seemed kind of aimless recently as well. Santos Escobar, the former LWO and Legado del Fantasma leader, was among the cuts. I believe he'll probably sign on with AAA because he's been showing up a lot down there. Zoe Stark, Alba Fire, one of the parts of the Super Hervis, and Apollo Crews. I saw a meme talking about Apollo Crews had managed to survive the last 20 cuts release series, and now this is his 21-1 or his 20-1 is that he got released this time. And some of these wrestlers you'll see back at a later date, probably on a smaller check. From NXT, they got rid of Adrian Chase, or they let go of Adrian Chase. Dante Chen was released after 5 years with the company. Louis Crucifino, Malik Blade, Trill London, Sierra Linton, Tara May Steele, Olympic gold medalist, Chris Island, Tarek Igwe, and Tyson DuPont were all released as well.
Yeah.
So they basically, I won't say gutted, but they did take a lot out of NXT between what they released and what they brought up to the main roster. So, but gentlemen, this is a business being a business is how I look at it. So Saint, kick us off with your thoughts on these WWE releases.
Well, like I said, some of them you already know they were probably doomed for failure. The Wyatt Six, Eric Rowan, and he's been released before, so that wasn't a big deal. The only ones that was really shocking to me was Kairi Sane. And also I'll say the Motor City Machine Guns, because I was like, Chris Sabin and then Alex Shelley is like, whoa, what the fuck? What happened? Something went wrong. So yeah.
All All right, so that will close out our wrestling talk for right now. Oh no, sorry, Dave. Go ahead and give us your thoughts on the releases, bro. Sorry.
Just pretty much the exact same. Um, I think that the thing with the Wyatt Six is that creative just didn't know where to go with them,
Yeah.
and like I keep pushing with how integrating AAA with the main WWE.
Mhm.
I think you had the perfect chance of mixing it up and introducing the full Psycho Circus from AAA,
Yeah.
Psycho Clown, and all the others, um, as so that you have a counter to both the Wyatt Six and the MFTs.
Yeah. Well,
And that's a good way to bring a new faction in, make them relevant, and keep the old factions fresh. Because what are they going to do with the MFTs now? I mean,
oh, there's plenty that they can do with the MFTs because if with the reformation of the Bloodline on Raw, there's plenty
right?
of stories to be told with MFTs.
That's
Not
just
to
about
mention,
it. But
not to mention Solo Sikoa's several very interesting interactions with Royce Keys since he's hit the SmackDown roster. Definitely, there's a story to tell there. Like I said, again, I give my props to Royce Keys because he's the one man that's gotten the name of my home city, East Palo Alto, said on national television repeatedly for weeks and weeks and weeks. I've never really seen that in my life outside of a documentary I watched about East Palo Alto.
and the proud product of AP Dub.
Yep. But yeah, so it makes me a proud boy seeing that. But yeah, there's plenty of things to do with the MFTs. The Wyatt Six, that was a great storyline, and we got a great payoff, where the Wyatts ended up getting the lamp back. But the MFTs walked away with the tag team championships. I love the blow off to that match. But I think that I just don't think that there was anybody. The WWE, here's the problem. The WWE since the Bloodline storyline has kind of gone away from large scale factions. Like the Wyatt Six would have been something great to introduce to during Roman's era of the Bloodline. And since they've gone away from factions, you didn't really have many people for them to feud with.
Right.
So unfortunately, they had to get let go. It's a part of the cycle of WWE.
Yep.
All right. So we'll close it out there and we will move on to what is Tech Tinkers if he's tuning in. Tech Tinkers tuning in. Favorite part of the show, and that is all right. Cheap Pop video game reviews. Let me say this. I'll give a quick review before we dig into the actual stories. NBA 2K26, the My Career mode, so dope. So dope. Everything about it. Watch me play it on Wednesdays, on NBA Wednesdays. And yeah, it's awesome. All right. So, Dave, you sent us this article in our group chat about gamers suing Nintendo for tariff refunds, which I think is a great idea.
Yeah.
But how does this work?
Okay. So, trying to keep politics out of this, but Nintendo had to readjust prices on the Switch 2 to take in account the tariffs that were being leveled on Japan. Okay. And as we all know, tariffs are not paid by the importer. They're paid by the customers. So recently, in the past month or so, where the U.S. Supreme Court has declared those tariffs that were levied over the past year or so are actually illegal and unconstitutional because it's supposed to be Congress that sets taxation and tariffs. There's been talk about refunding the cost of the tariffs to the American consumer. Well, Switch 2 owners are putting together a lawsuit to sue Nintendo to get the extra money that they paid due to tariffs returned back to them.
Okay.
Yep.
That's crazy work, man. That is crazy, crazy work.
Yep.
Tariffs and Nintendo. Who would have thought, man? Who would have thought?
George Lucas.
I don't know, man. Yeah, not trying to bring, not really trying to bring politics into it.
Unfortunately, yeah, but unfortunately it's linked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who knew that the taxation of distant trade routes would be so prescient and matter so much?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm with you guys there. Like, without getting too political, like this, a blind man could have saw this coming from 3 miles away.
Yeah, and lots of blind people did not, and at the very beginning said, "No, this is not how it works.
Yeah.
This is not how it works."
But all right, so we will move forward into the next storyline, which is another one from you. Xbox, Saint, why don't you kick us off with this one? Xbox drops prices for Game Pass Ultimate and PC Game Pass, but Call of Duty games will no longer join the library at launch.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we all know it brings us great cheer that we're tired of paying $30 in a month for Xbox Game Pass. And I mean, lately, it's kind of like sucking soup, okay? And yet, though, bringing that price down, you no longer get Call of Duty on the annual trip for Game Pass. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be some people that gets pissed off.
Yeah.
But here's my deal. I would rather be paying $22 a month
23
as opposed to
30.
What? 30, not only 30, but yeah, okay, you get Call of Duty every year, but shit, they're not making any money. They were definitely not making any money in terms of what they were losing, like 3 million, probably even 300 million a year, based on that Game Pass and Call of Duty. Of course, people will be talking about it at the cooler tomorrow,
Well,
especially the kids. Especially the kids.
I'll say it like this.
Yeah.
Anybody that's upset about them doing this, 3 months. 3 months, and its value becomes. They've knocked $17 a month. So sorry, 4 months. They knocked $17 a month off of the Game Pass price. In 4 months, if you save that $17, you will have enough money to buy Call of Duty yourself and play it on day one release. 4 months. That's about how long it would take you. If you save the $17 between what you're spending, or sorry, the $7, so make it 6 to 8 months, 6 to 10 months.
Well, $7 a month times, $60. That's 7 months or 9 months. You'll still be able to get your Call of Duty a year.
Mm-hmm. Every 9 months. Sorry.
Yeah.
Every 9 months you will have more than enough money to buy the new Call of Duty. Just save that extra $7. Since you're willing to spend it anyway, because it matters that much to you that you want everybody else to keep paying $29.99 so that you can get Call of Duty on Game Pass. When in reality, you're not paying for it. Like, I realized that when I got excited that every year at launch they used to have the new MLB, the show on Game Pass. They don't do it anymore, but they used to do it. And I used to get all excited until I realized, so basically I'd be paying, like at that point I was paying $19.99, but I'd be paying $240 a year just for this one game.
Yep.
Like, yeah, I get access to all the rest of the game, but I ain't playing most of those games. but it makes it to where what's it's worth. What is it worth to you? Is Call of Duty really that important that you would rather pay an extra $7 on your Game Pass account? Not to me, but I don't play Call of Duty.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, all right, and then the next one is I found this randomly, and that is Michael B. Jordan is working with a Mission Impossible director and adapting
Oscar winner Michael B.
Oscar
Jordan.
winner. Yes. Biggest video game. And this is the Battlefield feature film has just entered development. The project already has 2 huge names attached for what could be one of the most profitable video game movies ever.
Yeah.
So they're saying that Michael B. Jordan is now being tied to an official thing for Battlefield. What do y'all think of that?
Well, first of all, the director is going to be Christopher McQuarrie, who is, behind the Mission Impossible films recently. Yep. So, for me, I'm not a Battlefield person either. So it's like, I'll wait to see how it comes out. It's not on my radar, but it could be. Just depends.
And what about you, Sam? Are you excited about a Battlefield movie, especially starring our boy?
We'll have to see how it goes. We'll have to see how it goes, because I am a Battlefield player, so we'll just have to look at it with caution.
Reserve judgment until final product is received.
Mm-hmm. Then I get to do your the double K double movie review. Get ready, y'all. The Coca-Cola will be flying. And I don't drink Coca-Cola.
Right. So Shuhei Yoshida. Don't know who that is.
Shuhei Yoshida
claims PlayStation launching games day one on PC wouldn't be a good strategy.
Yeah, and he is the former president of Sony Interactive Entertainment.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, because I can, if I think I see where he's going with it, it's kind of like it kind of cuts into your ability to sell the game. Because you want the person to buy it on the PS5, because you want people to buy PS5s, because the console is where you want to make the money from, because you invested so much time in R&D into the console.
Right.
So you want people purchasing consoles and doing it like that. If you release it on PC at the same time, you cut yourself out of a whole bunch of people who may be forced to buy a PS5 just to be able to play it.
Right. Also, part of it is that Steam sales of these games, of the Sony games, have been really poor. And that's partially because the PC ports are not arriving same day as PS5 launches.
Okay.
So it's sort of damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah.
And of course, Sony goes back to proprietary exclusivity mode.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Which is where but that's where they found their most success. So I can see why.
It has been, but it's also their Achilles heel.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
All right, Saint, any final thoughts on day one releases for PC gamers? Should they happen on day one, or should the PC crowd have to wait one day? No.
As I have been actually journeying into more PC games, I do believe that it could be either or, because there's a game that just recently came out. Samson just came out, and even though it's not like an exclusive, but it is coming out on consoles sometime in like September, October, something like that. So, it really all depends.
Okay.
But exclusive, but I do like the fact that you still can do the exclusives because it's healthy competition. You're seeing games on somebody else's console, because I mean, these days you're not just owning one particular console. You try, at least I'm not going to sit up here and say the true gamer or a pure gamer is going to mess with all of it, because if you only deal with just one particular system, you don't know what the other experiences are. So I look at it in that aspect, just
Fair enough.
just leave it as it is.
All right.
But for exclusives though, I wouldn't mind, because like Uncharted, that's an exclusive for the PlayStation. And that is what drew me back into Sony. With the Xbox, it's all about checks and balances and being able to only own, and be able to not necessarily afford another console, but you want better choices, or you want other choices, instead of just being able to say, hey, this console, this is the best, fuck everybody else, I'm ruling. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't work.
Well, here's the thing about it. If everybody can play every game on every system, what incentive do I have to buy your system?
This is true.
What makes your system better than the rest? If I can get every game, I'm going to go for the cheapest system. Exclusivity allows those systems that may cost a little bit more to have an equal shot of being able to, despite not wanting to pay more for a console, people can have the choice of being able to own them and have that exclusive game, etc. So that's where I'm sitting at with it. I understand exclusivity from that point, but I don't know. I'm torn, because from the fan point of view, it sucks, because then I have to own all the systems, but I own all the systems anyway. So anyway, that we'll close it right there. We can talk about that all day, and we will get to our final segment of the show, which is all right. Where can we find you next? I believe last time we started off with RuneSquire, so Saint, kick us off and let us know this week, sir. Where can we find you next?
Well, let's see. That all depends on how this evening goes. Oh no, seriously. We are going to be running a NVT 9 times out of 10 and NVT Fusion, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Either Deuce or the Fusion, but it's gonna go how it's gonna go. That's it for me.
All right, fair enough. Dave, what do we got to look forward this week on the night shift?
All right, tonight I'm going back into the Starfield at my usual midnight time.
Yeah. All right. Y'all know me. Y'all can see me in about an hour and 45 minutes over on the Classroom this week with O'Malley. Just making the just making the announcement that due to work, Swab will be taking a sabbatical, an indefinite sabbatical from the Classroom. So we won't be seeing his face for a while. It'll just be me and O'Malley, or just me for the next few weeks. But today we'll be talking the NFL draft and NBA playoffs. So be sure to join us from 6 to 7 right here on Twitch or on YouTube, wherever you're tuning in at. Other than that, gentlemen, any last words for the people before we go?
Not much. Just keep your head on the swivel.
Yep.
All right. So that will do it. And be on the lookout in the next couple of days. I'm going to be recording a segment with a friend of mine for a new show that we're thinking about bringing up. So be sure to check it out on the WKK Double Network YouTube. All right. Y'all have a great night. We'll see you on the other side.
Later.
Peace. Roger.
Roger.